Hello students, welcome to Civil Class English. Today we are going to study fifth poem of class 12th Flamingo book, and the name of the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, that has been composed by the great American poetess Adrienne Rich. First of all, let us see a short biography of the poetess who has composed this beautiful poem. Adrienne Rich was born in Baltimore, Maryland in USA in 1929. She is the author of nearly 20 volumes of poetry, and she has composed some essays also, three collection of essays also, and some other writings. And this poetess has been called a feminist and a radical poet. What is feminist and a radical poet? Meaning is the poet who has described the problems of females in her all poems. She has described the difficulties and problems of women and females, and that is why she is known as a feminist poetess and a radical poet. What do you understand by radical? Radical poet is the poet who wants to bring very quick changing in life. So she has tried her best to bring very fast changing in the life of females and women. You might have read in class 10th one another poem that had been composed by her, The Trees also, and in that poem also she had described the difficult situations of females and women. And in this present poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, here also she has described the difficulties and problems of a married woman. Now let us see how has she described. Let us move forward. First of all, let us see the title of the poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Meaning is Aunt Jennifer's is a woman, and the poem is written about her tigers. Aunt woman, Aunt जेनिफर्स एक महिला हैं जिन्होंने अपने टाइगर्स बनाए, और उन्हीं टाइगर्स के बारे में ये कविता जो है रिच साहब लिखती हैं. Now let us see what has she described in the first starting stanza. Let us see. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Meaning is the poetess has described that Aunt Jennifer was a great artist. She was a great artist of embroidery. कसीदकारी करने की बहुत अच्छी कलाकार थीं आंट जेनिफर्स, और उन्होंने एक बार अपने पैनल पे स्क्रीन पे कुछ टाइगर्स बनाए, और वो टाइगर क्या करते हैं, कितनी प्रसन्नता से उछल कूद करते हैं. प्रांस, प्रांस मीन्स डांस करना, जंप करना. कहाँ जंप करते हैं? ये स्क्रीन, एक पैनल पे, एक कपड़े की पैनल पे उन्होंने एम्ब्रॉयडरी की, कसीदकारी की, कलाकारी की और उस पे वो टाइगर बड़ी प्रसन्नता से उछलते रहते हैं, हमेशा कूदते रहते हैं, बड़ी प्रसन्नचित मुद्रा में रहते हैं। Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They are bright. They are as bright as topaz. What is topaz? A gemstone जिसे पुखराज कहा जाता है। तो पुखराज की तरह से वे पीले रंग के ब्राइट हैं, बिल्कुल चमकते रहते हैं। डेनिजेंस मीन्स इनहेबिटेंट्स, हैबिटेंट्स निवासी हैं। ऑफ ए वर्ल्ड ऑफ ग्रीन, वे जंगल के निवासी हैं। वर्ल्ड ऑफ ग्रीन मीन्स जंगल और फॉरेस्ट, ग्रीन लैंड, वे हरे भरे जंगल के निवासी हैं और हरे भरे जंगल में वे चमकते रहते हैं, उछल कूद करते रहते हैं, प्रसन्नचित मुद्रा में रहते हैं। They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They are not fearful. They don't become fearful from the men and women who go in the forest for poaching and hunting or for another purposes. जो लोग जंगल में पेड़ों के नीचे जाते हैं, उन लोगों से वे जरा सा भी भयभीत नहीं होते। दे डोंट बिकम fearful from the men or the people who go under the tree. Beneath the tree means under the tree. पेड़ों के नीचे रहने वाले लोगों से वे जरा सा भी भयभीत नहीं होते। They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. They means those tigers who are the inhabitants of the jungle. They live their life very freely and fearlessly. They have no fear of anyone, any hunter or any person. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. They pace means walk freely, very nicely. Sleek means smooth or elegant style. बड़े सलीके से, बहुत शान से वे जंगल में चलते हैं, घूमते फिरते हैं, उछल कूद करते हैं। Now in the second stanza, the poetess tells, Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool, while the artist, who is artist? Aunt Jennifer. आंट जेनिफर जो कलाकार हैं, उन्हें बनाने वाली कलाकार हैं, जिन्होंने उन्हें बनाया, उनकी स्थिति क्या है? Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. While doing the embroidery work, fluttering means trembling, shaking and waving. उनके हाथ कांपते हैं जिस समय वो कलाकारी करती हैं, उनके हाथ हिलते रहते हैं, उनकी अंगुलियां हिलती हैं, ट्रेम्बलिंग करती हैं, कांपने लगती हैं। Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Ivory means tusk of an elephant. हाथी का जो दांत होता है, उसी की पुराने ज़माने में सुइयाँ बनती थीं, which were very light, बहुत हल्की होती थीं। Even then she was unable to pull that needle by her fingers due to the fear of her husband, of uncle. अपने पति देव के भय से वो आइवरी नीडल्स को भी ठीक से चला नहीं पाती, उनकी अंगुलियां कांपती रहती हैं, वो हमेशा भयभीत रहती हैं क्योंकि उनके हस्बैंड उन्हें हमेशा प्रताड़ित करते रहते हैं, हमेशा डांटते थे, हमेशा फटकारते थे। ही ऑलवेज scolded her, chid her, and rebuked her. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Wedding means marriage. Band means ring. Massive means very huge, बहुत भारी। ऐसा लगता था, it seemed as if the wedding band that had been worn by uncle had become very massive। ऐसा लगता था कि जो अंगूठी शादी के समय अंकल जी ने उनकी अंगुलियों पे पहनाई थी, वो बहुत भारी पड़ गए। Sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. It seemed as if that wedding band means wedding ring, was sitting heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand। ऐसा लगता था कि वो शादी की अंगूठी उनकी अंगुलियों पे हमेशा भारी रूप से बैठी रहती थी। वो अपनी कला को ठीक से स्वतंत्र रूप से प्रसन्नचित रूप से कर नहीं पाती थीं। क्यों नहीं कर पाती थीं? वाई? बिकॉज ऑफ अंकल्स fear and phobia। She was always terrified by uncle's fear, meaning is her husband's fear. She could not live freely। In the last stanza, the poetess tells, when aunt is dead, when aunt will die। जिस समय आंट जेनिफर की मृत्यु हो जाएगी, वो इस दुनिया में नहीं रहेंगे। हर टेरिफाइड हैंड्स विल लाई। हर टेरिफाइड मीन्स fearful hands will lie on the ground। The poetess prophesied that। कवित्री ये कल्पना करती हैं, ये भविष्यवाणी करती हैं कि मरने के उपरांत भी उनके हाथ जो कलाकृतियों से भरे हुए थे, स्टिल रिंग्ड विथ आर्डिल्स, वो अभी भी रिंग्ड होंगे। रिंग्ड मीन्स सराउंडेड होंगे, घिरे होंगे। किससे घिरे होंगे? With ordeals she was mastered by। Ordeals means difficulties of household works। घरेलू कार्यों की कठिनाइयों से उनके हाथ अभी भी स्वतंत्र नहीं हो सकेंगे। जिन कार्यों में उन्हें मास्टर डिग्री मिली हुई थी, जो कलाकारी उन्हें मिली हुई थी, वो घरेलू कार्यों की कलाकारी उन्हें मिली हुई थी। उनकी जो इच्छा थी, जो उनकी हार्दिक अभिलाषा थी, बाहर जाना, स्वतंत्र जीवन जीना, वो जी नहीं सकीं। The tigers in the panel that she made, while on the other hand the poetess tells here that the tigers, जिन टाइगर्स को उन्होंने इन द पैनल, जिन टाइगर्स को उन्होंने पैनल पर बनाया, दैट सी मेड मीन्स जिन्हें उन्होंने बनाया, व्हाट एवर द टाइगर्स दैट हैड बीन एम्ब्रॉयड बाई हर हैंड्स ऑन द क्लॉथ पैनल। कपड़े के पैनल पे कपड़े की चद्दर पे जो टाइगर उन्होंने बनाए विल गो ऑन प्रांसिंग। प्रांसिंग मीन्स डांसिंग, डांसिंग करते रहेंगे। वे डांसिंग करेंगे, उछल कूद करते रहेंगे। दे विल बी प्राउड एंड अनअफ्रेड। दे विल बी प्राउड ऑफ देयर स्ट्रेंथ, पावर एंड ब्यूटी that has been provided to them by the God, and they will always be unafraid. Unafraid means they will be fearless. They will never be fearful from any man, woman, or human beings. While the artist Aunt Jennifer, who had embroidered those tigers, her life, her wish and will, उनकी इच्छा वैसे ही रह गई. So in this way, the poetess wants to teach us a moral lesson here in this poem, that women should always be provided freedom to go outside to do their works, whatever they wish and will outside the world. If they want to go out of their homes, then it must be provided to them, because freedom is necessary to each and every human being. As tigers, they feel freedom in the forest. In the same way, women, ladies, and all females must be provided freedom from their household works. There are so many difficulties in their married life, and that has been described by the great American poetess here in this poem. महिलाओं को घर में बहुत सारी समस्याओं का सामना करना पड़ता है. उन्हें किसी भी कार्य को स्वतंत्र रूप से करने की स्वतंत्रता नहीं दी जाती है. जैसा कि हमारा समाज मेल डोमिनेटेड society always tries his best to keep them only inside the homes. So in this way, students, we saw difficult word meanings, explanation, and all other things which are essential to understand this poem. In short, in a nutshell, the poet wants to teach us and tell us that there was a keen desire in the mind and heart of Aunt Jennifer, but she could not fulfill that one. उनकी इच्छा थी कि जिस तरह से टाइगर जंगल में मंगल करते हैं, जिस तरह से वे प्रसन्नचित मुद्रा में रहते हैं, ठीक उसी प्रकार से काश मैं भी अपना जीवन व्यतीत कर सकती. लेकिन ये ऐसा हो न सका. मेरी निगाहों में पोएटेस ये मैसेज देना चाहती हैं कि आंट जेनिफर की इच्छा जो थी वो पूर्ण नहीं हो सकी. वो कहती हैं, कुछ पंक्तियाँ मेरे मन में आ रही हैं, मैं उन्हें बताना चाहता हूँ. मेरा जीवन जैसा था वैसा ही रह गया. मेरा जीवन घर की मुश्किलों में जकड़ा ही रह गया. My life has always been ringed with ordeals of housewife. In short, Aunt wanted to live a happy, proud, free, and fearless life, but she could not. In this way, students, we saw the explanation of this beautiful poem. The poem is very short but very meaningful, and it is, you know, it wants to give a very nice message to all human beings. Now let us say the rhyming scheme of the poem that has been used by the poetess here. Screen, green, both are rhyming together, so that is why A. Tree, certainty, both are rhyming together, so that is why they become B. Wool, pool, A. Band, hand, B. Same rhyming scheme has been used in all stanzas. Lie by A. Made unafraid B. So in this way, students, we saw the rhyming scheme, rhythm of the poem, and now we may see the poetic devices in the first stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Here E letter is in this starting line. E letter is very prominent here. E and E. So very good use of assonance. Very good use of assonance. Now bright topaz, dungeons of a world of green. Here very good. Tigers have been compared to bright topaz. So their color has been described here, compared here to the bright colored topaz. So that is why very good use of metaphor. Very nice use of metaphor here. They do not fear. Here 1, 2 consecutive lines start by the same word, they. So there is very good use of anaphora. जब दो पंक्तियां आपस में सेम वर्ड से स्टार्ट होती हैं, देन देयर इज एनाफोरा. तो वहाँ एनाफोरा, फिगर ऑफ स्पीच, पोएटिक डिवाइस का यूज होता है. नेक्स्ट पोएटिक डिवाइस इन द लास्ट, दे पेस in sleek chivalric certainty. C word, both chivalric and certainty, both words have been started by C pronunciation, so that is why there is very good use of alliteration. Alliteration का use. Next stanza, second stanza, Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Fingers fluttering. Here F is starting. Both words are started by F letter, so here also alliteration. Very nice use of alliteration. Fingers fluttering, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Wedding band here. Band means ring. Ring has been sewn very massive. Massive means very huge. अंगूठी को यहाँ पे बहुत भारी दिखाया गया है. Weight of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So there is very good use of hyperbole. Massive, exaggerated here. The poetess has exaggerated the ring to very massive weight, बहुत भारी वजन। अंगूठी कोई भारी नहीं होती है, लेकिन कवित्री ने यहाँ पे बहुत भारी भरकम दिखाया है, वेरी हैवी दिखाने का प्रयास किया, इसलिए यहाँ पे नाइस यूज ऑफ हाइपरबोल है। हाइपरबोल का प्रयोग। Sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand, and that ring is sitting heavily. Here, ring is sitting like a human being, so that is why good use of personification. पोएटेस यहाँ पे रिंग जो है इन एनिमेट थिंग है, नॉन लिविंग थिंग है, और उसको ह्यूमन क्वालिटी देने का प्रयास की है, दैट इज वाई देयर इज पर्सनिफिकेशन। नाउ लास्ट स्टेंजा। व्हेन ऑन्ट इज डेड हर टेरिफाइड हैंड्स विल लाई हियर। वेरी गुड यूज ऑफ इमेजरी, इमेजिन की है। एड्रिन रिच यहाँ पर इमेजिन की हैं कि आंट मर जाएंगी और उनके भयभीत हाथ ऐसे जमीन पे पड़े रहेंगे। सो वेरी गुड इमेजिनेशन हैज बीन डन हियर, दैट इज वाई इमेजरी। स्टिल रिंग्ड विथ ऑर्डील्स शी वाज मास्टर्ड बाई the tigers in the panel that she made. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Here very good use of prancing and proud. Both words are started by P letter, so there is very good use of alliteration. So in this way, students, we saw difficult word meanings, rhyming scheme of the poem, its poetic devices, and many things. Now let us see the summary also in short, in nutshell. This beautiful poem has been composed by the great American poetess Adrienne Rich. In this poem, she has tried her best to remove the problems of a married woman. Through this poem, she wants to remove the problems which are faced by a married woman. As she faces so many difficulties, so many problems and ordeals of life, male-dominated society always tries his best to keep them inside the homes, and they are always provided household works, the responsibility of the mastery of utensils and difficult household works are given to them. So that is why the poetess wants to give a moral lesson to all male people and to all human beings, that women should always be provided freedom, as they are also human beings. So they must be given freedom and happiness inside the homes. If they want to live inside the home, they may live inside, otherwise they must be provided chance to go out in the whole world and scatter and do their works freely, happily and joyfully wherever they want to do. In this way, now we covered the summary of the poem also. Thank you, students. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.